I'm Mohammad Farahani, founder and CEO of SEPPURE. At SEPPURE, we provide a sustainable solution to industrial chemical separation. Climate change can be overwhelming. We need to do something about it, and we need to do it now. This is probably not a new thing to anyone, and there is a lot of information everywhere on how to reduce your carbon footprint. You can take shorter showers, fly less, recycle more, eat less meat, and commute instead of using your own car. These are all great things to do, but we're missing a very large source of emission that I'm going to share with you in a short while. For thousands of years, humans have been separating and purifying liquid mixtures using heat. This process is called distillation, which is the action of purifying a liquid mixture by a process of heating and cooling. Since distillation towers are mostly designed to be open to the atmosphere, it results in emission of organic compounds. We also use enormous amount of water in a steam form to heat up the chemical mixtures, and often we lose a lot of these steam in the heating process, or the steam becomes contaminated. And most importantly, the use of heat in these processes requires enormous amount of energy. It doesn't look like an industry for solution. And surprisingly, we're still using the same process within the industry today. Distillation processes are largely invisible, though they have become one of the world's largest silent polluters, accounting for up to 15% of the planet's entire energy consumption. This means we are spending over $3 trillion on energy-intensive processes like this every single year. This is an enormous problem. At Sepio, we choose to see this as an opportunity to develop an alternative technology, a clean and energy-efficient way to separate chemical mixtures. From distillation to evaporation, we have removed the use of heat from the entire process. Sepio's patented technology uniquely uses chemically resistant nanofiltration membranes with pores less than 1 nanometer in diameter, enabling the chemical separation at a molecular level without the traditional use of heat. Therefore, our technology reduces the energy consumption and CO2 emission in these processes by 90%, while it results in 30 to 50% lower operating cost. It also preserves billions of gallons of water that is used in the conventional distillation process every single year. Our technology also results in higher quality products since it enables for separation of heat-sensitive compounds. This is particularly important in the food and pharmaceutical industry, where compounds are usually like enzyme and active pharmaceutical ingredients, and they are sensitive to heat. These are all well aligned with the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. So Sepio's technology has been developed by me and our advisor, Professor Neil Chung, at the National University of Singapore. So we've used the $7.5 million grant from the National Research Foundation of Singapore, which is under Prime Minister's office. Over the last 6 years, we're working on this technology from the lab scale all the way to pilot scale, and eventually we're going to work on the industrial scale implementation soon. But what is unique about our membranes? We've heard about membranes before. So conventional polymeric membranes that are designed for water application are not solvent resistant. So if you put them in solvents like organic solvents, they will immediately swell or dissolve. Therefore, we cannot use them basically in organic solvent separations. But Sepio's membrane has exceptional solvent resistance, and in contact with organic solvents, it remains unchanged for a long time. So this is a huge step towards actually using these membranes in other industries that require solvent separation. Due to its robustness and solvent resistance, Sepio membrane can replace distillation in a variety of applications in huge markets like vegetable oil, pharmaceutical, semiconductor, petrochemical, and oil refinery. A good example would be recovery of solvents containing unknown toxic wastes that usually end up in incineration. And now, thanks to Sepio's membrane, it can be recycled. Here is another example. Let me walk you through a common vegetable oil manufacturing process where the seeds are pressed to extract the oil. However, a lot of these oils, I mean the cooking oil, still remains in the seeds. So we need to use a solvent like hexane or acetone to extract these oils. Then we have a mixture of solvent and oil, which needs to be separated because solvent is going to be recycled and oil is our final product. The current solution is using heat in the distillation process to separate solvent and oil. However, this distillation process is very energy intensive, accounting for up to 15% of the oil production cost. Imagine this is a very low margin market. Sepio's technology can do the same separation at much lower cost. Thus, we can save the whole industry 7 billion a year. It's not only the cost saving part, but also environmentally beneficial when users can reduce their carbon footprint by 90%. With our solution, the return of investment for a mid-sized vegetable oil producer will be almost a year. Sepio serves an international market, and to date, we have 2 pilots and 3 trials ongoing with major vegetable oil, semiconductor, and oil and gas companies. There are more pilot agreements with major players in vegetable oil industry that are in discussion. We build a strong pipeline of multi-billion dollar companies in vegetable oil, pharmaceutical, FMCG, semiconductor, and oil refining from 6 countries, including Singapore, Japan, and United States. Our initial pilot results for the vegetable oil application confirm that Sepio's membrane can recover the pure solvent at 90% lower energy consumption and 50% lower operating cost compared to the current distillation. Let me introduce the team behind this. I'm Mohammad Farahani, founder and CEO of SEPPURE. I have a PhD in membrane fabrication with food and petrochemical background. This year, I received the Innovators Under 35 Award by MIT Technology Review for developing Sepio's technology. Our product manager, Ivy, has a master's degree in chemical engineering. She has she has 3 patents and over 20 years of industrial experience in membrane R&D and production. Esther, who is our project and engineering manager, has a master's degree in environmental engineering with over 15 years of relevant industrial experience. We have a great team of ambitious and experienced people. Our technical advisors, Professor Chung and Professor Krantz, are the world's top membrane scientists with tons of industrial research experience. We are also backed by a group of prestigious and experienced investors from US, UK, and Singapore. To date, we have raised over $2.7 million in seed funding to break down the barriers with tech and introduce the most sustainable industrial chemical separation process, which we believe will help climate change a lot. So thank you all for your attention. I'm actually up for questions.